guys, in this video we're going to talk about 5 steps you need to be able to develop a perfect serve, just like your favorite players out there on the Pro Tour. So let's get right into this video. The first thing you're going to need to do to get a perfect serve, now you can have a pretty good serve without the continental grip, but you're not going to be able to get a perfect serve without holding the proper grip. So it is so important that you start out in that correct grip if you want to have a perfect serve. Now, why is this essential? Because when you have a continental grip, which is basically right here holding it like this, you want to be able to take your hand and hit it like that. All right, so just one thing you can do is just walk around and kind of start to feel comfortable with this. And it does feel awkward at the beginning. But why is this essential to having a perfect serve? Because if you don't have a continental grip, you're not going to be able to hit all the spins. And if you can't hit all the spins, first of all, your serve's not going to have variety. And specifically on the second serve, you're not going to be able to hit spin on it, and that's going to create the safety. So you might be able to hit a first serve pretty hard if you don't have a continental grip. If you're hitting it like this, you might be able to hit it pretty hard, but your second serve is a powder puff. So you've got to go through the growing pains of learning how to have this continental grip. And so one thing that I would do for some drills to get used to the continental grip is to stand close to the net and just get used to hitting balls with that continental grip over and over again. We do lots of drills like that to get you used to holding the continental grip. And in the long run, it's going to be so cool because you're going to have so much more variety. And as you see, we've got all the pros here using the continental grip. That was the first wake-up call for me when a coach suggested that I need to switch the continental grip, and it felt super awkward, but then I watched TV and I realized every single professional tennis player had that continental grip. So you're going to need that if you want to develop a perfect serve. Okay, step number 2 on your way to developing that perfect serve is the toss. Now the toss can be a real serve killer. I've done a lot of courses on the serve, and I always ask people what they struggle with most, and the toss is always at the top of the list. You'd think it'd be so simple, but it's really, really tough to get it consistently where you need it to hit the best serve possible. So what are some of the toss killers that you're most likely going through, and how do you start to eliminate them? I think one of the things that most people do when they go to toss is they have trouble regulating their arm speed. They use their arm either too fast or too slow. And kind of like the Goldilocks story is you want to find the perfect regulating pace to come up here, and you want it to be nice and steady. And what you're looking to do is to get that toss just over your racket. Okay, so you want about maybe that much space over your racket. Once it starts to go much higher than that, the ball's going to be dropping very quickly through your hitting zone. If it doesn't get high enough, you're going to have a bent arm at contact, and you're going to be missing out on a lot of power. So if you watch these pros hit, you look at where that toss is, and it's going just above the racket, and then it's basically when you see it reach the top. You want to toss it when you see it reach the top, the very top of the toss, it kind of freezes up there for a moment in time, and that lets you know when it's time to start accelerating and go up and strike the ball. So when you can do that naturally, that's when you know you have the perfect toss. Another thing that you want with your toss and using your tossing arm is you want to get yourself into the perfect tilt, which is going to bring us into step number 3. So what you want to be able to do is really extend that arm up there to where it's straight. And even you'll notice some of my favorite servers like Andy Roddick actually have the arm bowing backwards. I like to call that the windy tree. So you really want to use this off arm here. That's going to also help you place the toss. Think about not tossing, because lots of people when they toss, they also flick and their arm bends, okay? So I call it the flick versus the flow. You want a flowing toss. And a flowing toss, this literally feels like you're placing the ball where you want it to be. Another thing about that toss is you don't want to hold it in your palm like this. I suggest holding your 3 fingers, okay? I like it like this. Other people like to call it that, I think it's like the wine glass toss, where it's like you're holding a glass of wine and you come up like this, but you want your arm straight. Okay, so you can either hold it like this, but I think most people hold it like this. I like to hold it like that, right there. And then when I get to my nose, I like to call this the nose, always nose tip. When I get to my nose, that's when I'm going to release the ball. That's when I'm basically just going to open up my fingers and then keep rising. Lots of people, when they get to that point of release, they just stop. And then it turns into a flick. All right? So that's step number 2. Back with step number 3. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, I really appreciate if you consider giving this video a like. And if you give this video a like, then My Dog B2 is going to give you 100 beautiful, lovely dog kisses. So I think one like is worth an exchange for 100 dog kisses from B2. Please like this video. Let's get to step number 3. Okay, so step number 3 on your way to developing that perfect serve is the all-important trophy position. Now, a lot of people get this wrong. It can be confusing, and so many people make a mistake here. And I actually call the trophy position, I call it the secret power source. And why I call it the secret power source is a while back I made a course called the 3X Power Serve System, and we had a bunch of people send in their serve. We had 30 people send in their serves, and 28 of them missed out on the secret power source, which is basically when you get to your trophy position. So what the trophy position is getting right here, and it's called the trophy position because a lot of times if you end up winning a tournament, you'll get a trophy that looks like this. Now, a lot of people miss this. I want you to take a close look at this right here. And I call this a secret power source because look at how my arm is bending in here and I'm getting set. Now, this is getting me set in a classic power position to throw a ball for power. And that's what you want to get into. A lot of tennis players don't do that. Number one mistake they make is they'll just have the arm come straight like this. Now, if you're getting this position, you're actually missing out on power. The racket tip is starting to flip back, and so this is going to put you right into that classic waiter tray or pizza move, which is a huge no-no, a big power killer, and it's also hard to hit spin. So don't you do it, okay? Make sure that you get yourself in that secret power source. One thing you can do is actually take your racket tip and actually hold it like this. Make sure it's here, and then go right into that tilt. Now look at how beautiful that position is. Now it looks like you've really won that tournament. And so this is big deal here because I think the 2 mistakes people make, as I said before, number 1 is they get here, a lot of people get like that, and then they go right into that classic pizza move. Some people, because they've heard scratch your back on the serve, which is a very old school tip, and they think that that's the trophy position. Some people just bypass this whole important move to get in the secret power source, and they just flip right away back behind and try and scratch their back. And so that's also going to kill your momentum and make you miss out on a lot of power. So when you're holding here, this is also when you're going to start to really go into your knee bend. So when you come and toss and you get in that trophy position, this is when you start to bend your knees, store up your power, get ready to explode up into the racket drop. So let's get on to tip number 4. Okay, so the next step is super important, and this is going into the racket drop into pronation. Now, so many people overthink pronation and the racket drop. What I want to tell you is that, first of all, you don't need to be thinking about pronation as much as you do. This is what messes you up. So many people are thinking about pronating, and they overthink it, and they end up hitting the ball like actually into the side fence or curtain. So you don't want to be doing that. What you want to be focused on instead is your swing path. The swing path will take care of everything. As I'm showing you right here, a lot of people want to come directly at the tennis ball. They want to come straight at the tennis ball with the edge of the racket and then go into the pronation. This is not what you want to do. You want to be moving more in like a kind of like a loopy type motion with your body, right? And we'll just outline the way you want to be going. Watch how the pros are moving, and then the edge actually is naturally going to disappear, and then all of a sudden the strings are going to be hitting the ball. It's really cool, and this is going to allow you to then start to add your spins and hit flat, and then that's kind of where you want to start to think about how much you want to, think about your pronation or how you want to be moving. That I really like to focus on that thumbnail. So if I want to go more flat, I'm more thinking about the thumbnail in and then pushing out and pushing away with that thumbnail, and then that's going to give you like kind of extra look of pronation. Also, pronation looks a little more exaggerated as you're hitting a kick serve too. Slice serve, you don't feel it as much, but trust me, if you're in the correct grip, and that's why step number one to developing a perfect serve is so important. If you're in the correct grip, you're going to be coming up on edge to the tennis ball, the edge, okay? And the only way to hit the ball is to pronate. So if you get the right swing path down, you don't need to think about pronation. So that should save you many, many sleepless nights. So let's get into our next step. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and you don't want to miss my next video, you need to do two things right now. You need to subscribe and you need to ding the notification bell. It's going to be completely worth it because you're going to get more videos on the serve, forehands, backhands, strategies, how to get to the next level. Plus, you get unlimited free kisses from B2. Okay guys, step number 5, so important, and that's the follow through and the landing. We need to do two things. We need to land at our target. If you watch the pros, they land at their target, and they also have natural deceleration, meaning they let the racket just come around. If you watch these videos I'm going to be putting here, look at how the racket is super relaxed. There's no tightness when they're done, and this is a big thing that can, you're almost done the serve, you almost have the perfect serve, and then you jam on the brakes, and not only is it going to hurt your elbow, but it's also going to take power away. It's going to have you kind of like be jerky during the hitting part. You want to make sure, so it'll make you miss some serves, make you double fault. You want to make sure that you let the racket finish out natural. I like to call it the ice cream scoop finish. A lot of times you can just literally have that racket come almost up to the shoulders, being super relaxed. The next thing you want to do is you want to nail that landing so that you're balanced, so you're going to make the serve, but even more important than that, when you land, you're going to feel power in your leg to push off and be ready to get into a split step and your first shot. Did you know that 80% of points end within the first 4 balls? A lot of those end up happening off of unforced errors, and so many of those unforced errors happen when you get a really good serve, but you're not balanced for the next ball coming back, and so you end up missing that shot. If you land with perfect balance, you're going to be able to see the ball easier, you're going to be able to put that ball in play. So make sure that you have that perfect landing, just like the pros, and you can go and be ready for your next shot. Now notice, if you jump, you're going to be landing on your front foot. If you don't jump, you're going to be landing or coming around with your back leg, and that's going to be your anchor leg to get ready to push off for the next ball. So there are your 5 steps to create a perfect serve. If you like this video, you remember you get 100 kisses from B2. If you end up subscribing, it's unlimited. So you should probably just do both right now. My goal for this video is to get 100 likes. That helps YouTube let everybody know out there that this is a tennis channel that people should check out. So I'd really love it if you can help me and support me by liking and subscribing to this channel. And I'm going to do something really, really cool for you right now. If you need more help with your serve, I'm going to give you a complete serve course for free. We're not just talking about 1 video, 2 videos, we're talking about 33 plus videos in my course called Serving A to Z. And when you sign up, you're gonna get notified. I'm gonna put you on my alert list to notify you when we're going to be doing a 7-day serve challenge in February. This is also free. You can win prizes, and it's going to get you super focused in 2021 to take your serve to the next level. So if you want my free course Serving A to Z and you want to be part of my 7-day serve challenge, make sure that you go here to the card section up above and you click on that, or you go in the description and you can pick up your free course and get into the 7-day serve challenge. It's going to be coming in February 2021. It's going to be awesome. Last year we had a ton of people sign up. They really, really loved it, and so we're doing it again. We get super focused. You even get personal VIP coaching from me, so you're going to love it, and we'll see you on the next video. So this is Pete from Pronation Coaching. Sign off. See you guys later.